Good morning. Try to get back to the exercise program for nice morning walks, but also to see what the damage is that the tropical storm caused in the last 5 days, because it was really, really heavy rain. Good morning. It's our first day out in 5 days after typhoon nailed us with like lots of water. They trying to see what the effect of the typhoon was. Most people haven't been out or out and about, so let's see what's going on. So I wonder if they're going to be out there selling, if the morning market's going to be open. That's interesting. We're going to find out about that. My guess is that the morning market will be open. But only way to know is to go see. Nice overcast morning. We're probably going to get dumped on, but nice to get out of the house. Stuck there, basically the rain was like raised the levels of water around us by 2 meters, 6 feet. 6 feet is a significant amount level rise. But it has gone down quite a bit since then, so let's hope for water to disperse. So far, not a soul in sight. That's unusual for this time. Usually the people coming up and down the street in motorbikes or bicycles. But not a soul in sight. All right. I hear one motorbike, and this store is open, I think. Hello, little kitten. How about a cute kitten in the morning? Hello, meow, meow. Oh, we're playing with a snake. Holy cow. Didn't realize that. Is that a snake or an eel? Leave it. It looks like an eel to me. Wow, that's. Well, I just leave things alone, I'll mess with things, but should we move that eel back? I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. There's another eel right there. And another, that's not an eel. But there's one more eel there. And there's this one eel here that this cat's quite interested in. I would throw the eel even if I would intervene or anything like that. But let's go. You know, cats are crazy killers. Kill all sorts of small creatures. One thing I've been interested in, I've seen on YouTube a few times. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this gigantic. It looks like a leech or something like that, and it like if like a cheetah or a lion was by a watering hole, or a donkey or a horse, it'll like leap out of the water and grab it. I don't know if that's AI or whatever, or if that's a real thing, because that's a pretty scary animal if you ask me. Probably AI. Well, one thing I will do, if the morning market is open, I will buy an umbrella. That's for sure, because we don't have one. You know? Yeah, man, so you never know what you're going to see. Look, check out. I told you about the water levels. This is low right now. It was higher, much higher than this before. And you see all the junk built up and it builds up at the bridges and stuff like that. And that like really causes a real jam. You know? That's it. Pesky dogs. But all right, let's go see. That's first sign of life. All right, here we go. Looks like the market might be, I see some activity. I don't think it's like as much activity as usual though. We'll go see. We'll go check it out. People start getting up now. It is 5:49 in the morning here on a Friday. Was it Friday morning? Friday morning, 5:49. Yeah. Yeah, take a look at the sky. Beautiful sky. All right, here we go. Let's get some good exercise. I'll tell you that much. Exercise is key. You know, keep you healthy and keep your brain activity in a good place, you know. All right. Always gotta watch out from like in the East Coast of the United States, or I guess like anywhere that it gets cold, you gotta watch out for black ice. Here you gotta watch out for like thin layer of mud. You can find yourself on your backside real fast. Oh yeah, here's the main point, man. The water really opens up here. Let's see what this situation is over here. You know, This whole street was covered in water. The level had rise. Oh, I got some of that slippery mud. Better be careful. I'm too old to fall. Okay. All right, let's check it out. I'll just zoom in on there. All right, so yeah, see, that's what every bridge is gonna have. That doesn't have so much, and that's because that bridge there, in this area is more main inside the town. More inside the town. You see here. Look, take a look there. Yeah, there it goes. And look at that. You want to go whitewater rafting? Anybody want to go whitewater rafting? There you can go whitewater. Hey, what time there now? Hey, what's going on, Mohammed? Here it is 5:52 in the morning on Friday morning. Thank you for joining us on this nice little morning walk for exercise. And see what happened after the storm totally messed us up. I want to see if I can buy an umbrella. Howdy, cup. Uh-oh. Well, as you can see, not too much this morning. See? Market. I don't want to point the camera at people, stuff like that. People don't like that. But, just to give you a flash of that market, right? It's pretty empty. Not too many people showed up. All right, now that's out of the way. Onwards and forwards. All right. Here we go. Yeah, you can see these are some of the barricades people put up from try to stop the flow of water coming into their houses. I saw something really, really good in Chiang Mai. I don't know. I was in Chiang Mai, and there was flooding going on then, and they have this inflatable plastics, right, with a heavy bottom, right? So it's like durable, very thick plastic with a weighted bottom, and you can use that over and over and over again, and it's got to cost less than these sandbags. Maybe I should order 100 of them and try to sell it. I can't sell anything over here. No money to be made in this town. But it is nice. That's one of the nice things about no money being, to be made in the town is that generally the town's going to be pretty peaceful. What the heck is that? Like they got a whole thing. Here, the water machines. These are water machines, and people need purified water. So this machine's down. What is this one? Reverse osmosis drinking water. Yeah, so you can get like clean water to drink for pennies, which you would pay Evian or any of those fake water companies. I mean, I saw people paying $3 for a bottle of water in the United States. That's crazy. I remember when in the 80s, I remember in the 80s when bottled water first started coming out. There wasn't bottled water before the 80s. I mean, there was some, but it was like, it was like a niche market. And all of a sudden, these companies started advertising, the safety and health effects of drinking bottled water. And it was all an elaborate ruse to, print money off the backs of people who didn't know, you know? So that's consumer facts. Let's take a look at this water. I saw only one dog that was deceased in the water 2 days ago, fortunately, you know, but the fish love it. Our fish from our house escaped because the waters went up and they just swam away. You know, they're probably waiting for this moment. If you were like a little fish in that in our little fish pond, they were waiting for this moment. Hey, Mo, we've been waiting for this moment all our lives. Howdy, Hop. We've been waiting for this moment all our lives, you know. And then they like swim out and, you know, get eaten by a bigger fish probably. Yeah, you see the garbage buildup over here isn't nearly what it was back there. You know, when you go further out of the town, it's, you know, here's more the inner workings of the town. So it's going to be better taken care of. Let's go to the other side of this canal. I want to call it a river, but it's a canal. Flows like a river after the storms. But yeah, let's take a look. Sawadee krap. วันนี้ฝนตกไหมตกแล้วเหรอ Yeah, she came out to check out what's going on. Well, see what kind of interesting things are on the ground. That's a fruit or a pod, a seed pod of some sort. Unfortunately, I can't do the full loop. I mean, I get the same amount of distance, but I wanted to go up the main road that we normally do. Oh, wait a minute, maybe we have to turn back. What's this? I want to go up the main road, but it was just too deep in water. I don't want to get my feet soaked. I'm wearing some sneakers. Okay, we can go up on the side. That's not so bad. Okay. Well, be careful to slip in that mud. I'll tell you, man, I've busted my ass so many times in that mud. You know. Oh, shit. I nearly just did it right now. Fudge. Okay. Up over here. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, we have to be real. Oh, boy. Now, a more clear place to go down because I'm surprised I don't see any scorpions. There's a lot of scorpions around here. They're not really like all that threatening to your human health, but they're kind of big, you know, like they get like 3 inches long at least, right? They crawl around. I saw a dog eat one of these scorpions one time. The scorpion was like wandering down the street, and the dog just went up and just licked it up and ate it. It was amazing. All right. Get onto the more concrete area. We'll have to loop around the other way on that side. I was really hoping to buy an umbrella. I don't have one in the house if it's any good. All right. Well, the main highway going up to China is still operating. Just saw a cargo truck just hauling ass towards the Lao border. All right. Okay, let's go all the way down. See what's going on. This is the main choke point for the water, and it looks pretty clear, cleaned up. You know, the water isn't clear; it's muddy. But the debris, there's no debris over here, if you can see. But it looks like it's going to be a slow start to business today. Don't know how much more water is expected. I don't think there's any more rain. Too much more rain expected, I should say. There's always rain expected, but not now. So. Oh yeah, there you go. Check it out. This is this represents the end of this town, right? So you cross this road, you're in another town, another district, or whatever, like another name. I would say another town. You know. Let's take a look at this water. Let's see how bad it is. Not bad at all. It's kind of pretty good. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, there's an elephant butt. All right. Well, the only piece of debris is right there. I think it's probably too heavy for human to pull out. But that's it. That's all the debris I see. You know. There's the spirits welcoming, you know, whatever animist type of the dragons and stuff like that, welcoming people to the town. We are now entering this town right here. All right, we're gonna swing around, head back on the other side. Let's see what's going on. See if more people came out to try to sell some things. All right. So this is interesting. They'll probably move this, but this was put up here 5 days ago because this is, you know, the lower level, like it's lower than the side that we were just walking on, right? So they just said no cars can come in, and to be honest with you, I think no human. I'm not going to go in there. I'm going to go back the other way. Look at that. You see all that? I don't need my feet to get soaked right now. All right, we're gonna go back the other way. I don't want to get my feet soaked. You know. Gonna have to go back this way. I just be thankful that we have a way to walk, though. You know. All right, here we go. All right, making good time. I really appreciate all you guys coming out and going on this walk with me. You know, it gives me that like an added power, you know, and a purpose to go keep moving. You know, I really appreciate you guys. That's for sure. I would like to walk. Maybe we could walk down far enough and then jet over to the other side. I think we can do that. This guy's filming all the water that came in. Yeah, more sandbags. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, in Thailand, people drive on the left-hand side of the street. You know? So, well, it's actually turning out to be a nice bright day. Let's see, the water is still too deep over there to really walk. So we're gonna keep going up a little bit more to the next bridge. And we'll keep checking every bridge. See where it's a good spot to cross over. You know. How do you like that? That's pretty. That's the watt, right? 25, 25. 25 is my number. I like the number 25. All right. All right. Hello. Well, you know, there's going to be a little more serious look on people's faces today. I don't know if you guys seen the news. You know, they'll get that sorted out. You know, that's just going to get sorted. But you know, people tend to get serious, like nationals. You know. Pretty good reception, generally, anyway. What do you loom? Okay, we can cross over. It's like Vienna, right? It's like Vienna. Oh, I think I forgot about these dogs up here on this side, though. Let's see if they're behaving themselves today. Well, the town's getting up. Everybody's I can hear signs of life. He's talking about garbage. Where is he going to put the garbage? You know, I learned how to speak a fair amount of Thai in the first 2 years that I was here. Probably learned the most in the first 2 years than I have in the last 20. You know. All right. Okay. That's a nice floral design. All right. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. We got an exceptional thing coming down here. Look at this. Holy Toledo. Look at this. This is going to be, you see all that? How many of you guys know what that's all about? I know what that's about. Or I think, at least I think I know. That means somebody cleared the bridge up on the other stream. Right? But it's gonna get all jammed up over here. And then they're gonna lift it and move it on to the next bridge. You know? So that's the situation with that. Clear one bridge and it's like a domino effect. Or if it's not somebody, and it might not be somebody that's actually clearing the bridge. What it could be is the level went down, and because the level went down, there was more space created between the bridge and the water, right? And then there was, that sounds much more logical to me, actually, because this is all garbage. It's like nobody's picked this up. Yeah, the levels must have gone down, and it's just created space between bridge and water. And could flow. It was, that's one mystery solved. Well, I can tell you one thing that this town has that bucolic feeling. Like a sleepy, not so sleepy country town. Remember, not so long ago, there was a lot of jungle around here. Had tigers and panthers and elephants and stuff like that. Still have, some, but it's not like the way it used to be. But that's apparently what's happening all over the world. All right. All right. Oh boy. How about that for a floral arrangement? Hello. Well, it looks like more people start coming out to the market, but it's not that much. Look at that for another sandbag. Yeah, it's about a fifth, maybe 20% of what it normally is. This market. It normally is on both sides, you know, both sides and all the way deep into the market. So normally. Sulcata. Safari. All right. All right. Big hub. I don't know who he's talking to. I don't know if he's talking to us. All right. Well, gonna be less people over here, which I like, but maybe you guys want to see people. This is a distinct Thai dog. You know, you can tell. Look at the ears on this guy, and the short razorback. Look at me like, what the fuck? Hello. All right, the bus still run, huh? A lot of people here do speak a little bit of English, so sometimes I get a little bit lazy, and generally I should be speaking Thai to the people here, unless they want to speak English. Up. Okay, that's a pretty cool abandoned structure. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, where you come from?
Oh, just exercising, walking all the way down and back up.
Every day?
If it's not raining.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Santa is your father.
Oh yeah, the Papa one, huh? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's not really my father,
Yeah.
but yeah, I know him all my life.
Oh,
I just can say father.
okay. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Nice to see you.
Good day.
Thank you. You too. Mr. Santa is my father. That's a guy. Oh, or maybe he's in the chat. I don't know. A few years back, about let's see, 10 years ago, there was a fellow that was living in here. He passed away. I actually went to his funeral. But he had a house here. He just didn't like living with them. I guess that's the difference. Living in a tropical region, get frozen. You know. Anyway. Sorry, Kunta.
Bye-bye.
Hello. All right. Let's get in. Getting back to where we need to be. Oh boy. Well, that's a fish that didn't make it back. Well, very interested to see that the damage is not that bad as far as I can tell. But then again, probably the damage in people's houses is quite significant because the first level of their houses probably was filled with water. Okay. Another day in the books, another morning in the books. We got our 45-minute walk in, burnt enough calories to, burnt enough calories to take off a little bit of the fat. And that's pretty much a wrap, folks. I appreciate you guys for coming out, and hope to see you guys in the next one. All right, peace. Bye-bye.